Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Sony Entertainment Online's brand new survival game, H1Z1. This is apparently playing off of the H1N1 virus. Back in 2009 there was a joke about it mutating into a zombie virus apparently, so they're basing the entire game off of that. Interesting enough, everyone's got to have their own story I guess. But this game's supposedly a little bit different than the other 50 or so zombie MMOs coming out. One thing, it's going to be on consoles, PlayStation 4. I guess that's to be expected from Sony people. It's free to play, which is kind of scary. It was scary to me at first hearing that. With all the free to play, pay to win shit that was going on, even some pay to win, pay for a game things like War Z. This one seems alright. Sony Entertainment Online's kind of had a good track record with PlanetSide 2 and all that. So they know what to do, and the engine is actually based off of the PlanetSide 2 engine, but they've modded it and turned it into something called Forge Light, which is awesome. There's a few screenshots of the game, and they just did a live stream about an hour ago talking about all the different additions they added to it, so I'll link that in the description. And I'm going to try to grab the video they showed from it and put it at the end of this video, so stay till the end if you want to see some gameplay of it. It's kind of hard to see because they filmed the guy's monitor over his shoulder instead of just filming the game, which that's alright I guess. It looks, from what it looks like it takes some of what DayZ was way back in the day, like old DayZ. There's the icons on the right side, and then it kind of looks a little bit like Rust, and they mentioned both of those games a lot in their live stream when they were talking about it, which is pretty interesting that they would just call it out like that. But I mean, kudos to them. If they're taking what the community wants, that's awesome. They talked about a lot of community insight, like they did with PlanetSide 2. You're going to be able to, talk about what you want in the game, and they'll add things in from the community. They really stressed that this was not going to be a pay-to-win game a lot, and I think they'll stay true to that for sure. Hopefully it's only cosmetic things. If they add any sort of microtransactions for weapons or ammo, any of that might ruin it a little bit. It's a first-person shooter, but you can go to third-person. They said they're not going to have a lock on that. So that's really awesome. And it's kind of, the world looks good. It looks solid. The build they were showing was like 3 months old, and it still looked really good, which gives me a lot of hope for this game. There's a lot of games coming out right now look pretty bad. DayZ, in its alpha stage right now, doesn't look that great. This game looks considerably better than it. For sure. Better than Rust too. And for how early it is, that's pretty great. And hopefully it only gets better. Vehicles are in it, and they actually drove it around. It looks pretty solid too. The sound engine, it sounds like it takes a lot from PlanetSide 2, which was a really good engine, so kudos to them for taking that out. Other than that, I mean, I'll link, there's going to be screenshots throughout this video, and then I'll try to link that video at the end. I'll put all their Twitters in the subreddit in the description. They have a website, but all it does is link to the subreddit right now, so that's basically all we know as of now. We just know it's a first-person shooter, MMO, and it's free to play. And it's going to be on Steam Early Access in 4 to 6 weeks for $20, and then it's going to come to PlayStation 4 sometime post-launch. Whenever that'll be, I don't know. They can take their time with that. I'm only worried about the PC aspect. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, have a good one. Peace.
We're here at the EverQuest Next launch party that's happening here, and this is, what's the date? January 31st. Smed comes up and says, hey, do you want to see something you've never seen before? This is going to be awesome. Comes up to his office, and now he's showing us a game that we can't talk about till sometime in, well, a month from now.
Yeah, roughly a month from now.
Yeah.
This is H1Z1. We took out the name Apocalypse.
So this is what we find in your office computer, this kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, H1Z1 is a MMO that allows players to take on the role of a apocalypse survivor who is in a world that's filled with zombies. A world, not just a little tiny server, a world where people can actually, in a world. Hold on, they're gonna kill me. We don't have the zombie sounds in yet. We only have one type of zombie, but all the other ones are in the middle of being done.
Well, that would work if you're in France, because all the zombies would be mimes.
Ooh, really? Seriously, man? I mean, that's a top-notch idea. When it gets to nighttime, this is a scary place because the zombies come out and you can get ganked by zombies very fast. But zombies aren't scary. People are scary.
Yeah. I'll give you another tip before we go. You license the Houdini song, The Freaks Come Out at Night, and when you play the night mode, that song plays. The freaks come out at night.
Okay, I'll have to look up that song because I do not know it.
That is scary. This game can be scary, can't
That's
it?
the point. Yeah, it's like when you see a zombie coming up at you with nothing out, there's a highway flare. But here's something else that you're going to be able to do that you can't do in these other games. Light things on fire. We're in the middle of putting that in now, so you're going to be able to burn down trees, burn down stuff.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. The idea of these players building this fortress and all of a sudden these other guys coming in, lighting it on fire and waiting until they come out of the fortress.
I like that he keeps lighting his farts.
Yeah, that's actually, that was hard to get right the first time, but we did it.
Sorry, please continue.
No problem.
It's pretty fast too.
Oh yeah, we modified the PlanetSide 2 engine.
Yeah, this is your own engine. I remember.
Oh yeah. No, it's called Forge Light. We do our own stuff. We're having so much fun with this game. I mean, look at the world. It's just gorgeous.
There's a day-night cycle that goes through this game.
Oh God, yeah. But in this game, it matters a lot more than in others because it gets really dark at night, and you have to have a torch, and you're going to be ganked by other players. So we've got vehicles in here. We can actually add aircraft if we want to. Our goal is to build out this entire massive, massive world that's just this apocalypse of the United States, where people are fighting each other, they're fighting for survival. We have base building. And this game is going to be our first game that we're putting out that we call with Emergent AI, where the zombies themselves have their own individual AI. They're not on some pre-programmed script. They actually think for themselves. Now, this.
So it's not the same experience over and over.
Oh no! It's radically different. And you can loot stores. You can build fortresses. What you're seeing in some of these other survival games taken to the next level, because we have an engine that can just outperform anything that I've seen in these other games. We're a milestone away right now from a whole bunch more zombies and a whole bunch more content. But what we're trying to do with the world in this game is build a much larger, persistent world than you've ever seen in any of these kind of DayZ or Rust.
Yeah.
Where you can build persistent fortresses, players can raid each other, and if you think of Walking Dead, if you think of that town and the prison, that's the kind of, we want these camps fighting with each other. Old cars laying around, and I mean they're junkers, right? It's 15 years after the zombie apocalypse, so you're going to have to find a new battery. You're probably going to have to charge it. Maybe you have to wait for a lightning storm or something. You're going to have to find spark plugs. You're going to have to find biodiesel for fuel or make it. I mean, we're taking this survival genre to the next level, and it's going to be a blast. Hello.
You are literally like a giant child video game loving kid.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
and I love making them, too.
Dude, like Bill Gates, you don't get the sense that dude games. Or someone like some of these other CEOs.
I would trade being Bill Gates for being a child loving kid, because I would just become Bill Gates that likes games. I would
God, what would you do if you had like billions of dollars to spend on a game? You would make a holodeck.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
We could Kickstarter that. $1 billion, Smed will make a holodeck.
The sad thing is I think if you put a holodeck up on Kickstarter, there would be enough people